Yes, people, so episode 6. Today is Wednesday the 4th of August. I'm now 4.5 weeks out, Harry's 2.5 weeks out. Today's session, you already know by the title, is how we approach push. It's a push session. We're going to do a walkthrough again of how we're attacking each set, each exercise, the sequence of it and stuff like that. Right now I'm dying a little bit, so I need to perk up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the intro there, get into the session, and I'll talk my way through it as I get more into the session. Pec deck, kind of pre-exhaust chest a little bit. The aim of this is a lot of people you'll see push their hands together, okay? What you want to forget is, in the fly, forget from your elbow to your hand. What you think about is your elbow point, okay? The whole function of pec is to bring your arm across the center line of the body. So what you need to think about is squeezing your bicep across your pec in every fly movement. So when you're in the middle, your hands want to be pretty much straight and squeezing your biceps across your pec as much as possible. And then get a nice stretch, and then same again. No throwing the weight, drag it in, squeeze in the middle. Okay, so with this is a hammer strength flat press. First of all, get your setup right. Me and Harry put 2 fire plates down the floor to allow us to get into the machine nice and comfortable. This gives us a bit of a buffer. So if not, we start too low and we can't get into it, it's uncomfortable. So that gives us a little bit of a buffer. So learn your setup first. Also as well, with every press movement, you do not want your elbows being flared up and out, okay? If it's aiming to hit your pec, you want your elbow around 45 degrees. You don't want it 90, you don't want it tucked in here. You want it in the middle, so it's nice and comfortable pressing. So we get much more pec fibers involved rather than obviously out here, it's gonna be a lot more front delt. Same again, as you push up, nice and controlled, and you're thinking about squeezing again, so when you get to the top, you're squeezing again, bicep across pec, get a nice contraction. Harry's been stupidly strong in the past. Like he had a 200 kilo bench at one point for reps. And now obviously we've gone more into bodybuilding and he's learning more how to connect with weight. He's just saying then obviously for him in this part of prep now, his weight is reducing on the sets, but his connection is getting with the weight is bang on. He's feeling the pump straight away, so it's not a negative. You have to take your ego away from it and think about what you're actually trying to gain from the session. And more time people trying to gain muscle and to have that connection is better than just shifting weight from A to B for sure. You'll notice we don't actually have any barbell work, like barbell presses in our program at all. Reason being is the risk to reward for me personally isn't there. Like if you do it, you see so many people tear pecs and tear other muscles on barbell work because you're so stuck in position. Whereas with a smooth machine it's a lot safer, with the hammer strength press a lot safer, even dumbbells a lot safer. At this stage we pulled dumbbells out as well just for the stability issue, but we don't have any barbell presses at all. So people come in the gym and think, I've got to get a heavy bench, I've got to get a heavy shoulder press. You haven't. There's other machines nowadays that can work just as well, if not better, and be more effective. So with this fly, my aim here is to come down a little bit. Okay, so I'm not trying to get in the clavicle up here, I'm trying to come down. So my hand, elbow start high up, and we're coming down. Again, bicep across pec. Then think about trying to get your arm across your actual pec, not too low and not up here high. I'm trying to come down to my bicep, finish it bang across my pec. Where my hand line goes, again, I'm trying to let elbows come together. I don't really mind where my hands go, my elbows come together and meet as close as possible in the middle. Two more things to take home with this one as well is we use a bench because of the stability of it, okay? So when people are standing up and they're all over the place and their hands all over and the body weight is moving back and forwards, again, you're taking a lot of emphasis away from the pec and you're using the energy to try and stabilize your body. By having the bench there, it just takes all the stability away so you're stuck in position. And again, when you come up, you're okay to bend your elbow, okay? It puts you in a stronger position because the aim again, with your pec being tied into your shoulder here, as you bend your arm up, it gets a full stretch on the pec. And as you come across, it gets a full squeeze. So it's okay to bend your elbow up here as long as you finish nice and straight here. If you flare too much out of a straight arm, it puts your shoulder in more of a vulnerable position. So it's fine to come up to bend here, as long as you get weight back into the middle, it's nice and straight and the elbows are together. This one we're using the close grip, neutral grip position. There's more of a tricep focused push exercise, okay? So we've done 2 heavy presses for chest. Now using this as a tricep focused push movement. Again, you could do a close grip bench, but again, the risk to reward for me, again, is not there. This machine, you're stuck in position. There's a lot less moving parts because there's less stability work. The movement goes from A to B, whereas with a bench press, close grip bench, you've got more stability work involved. This is a great alternative to hit the muscle effectively, but take away all the risk of injury. Press, 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 do it again, and again, and again, let's go, drop. tricep extension. The reason to do it overhead is to get the stretch part of the movement, okay? A lot of time when you're just pushing down here, you don't get the full stretch, so push it overhead. The tricep attaches into the back of the shoulder, okay? So push it overhead up here, it gets a full stretch on the tricep. So that's why we spend a split second with the hand fully stretched behind the head. So we'll get a full stretch there, and we get a squeeze in most movements, so you get the full lockout in most movements. So the close grip press and the dip next, you'll see we get a full lockout in both, but we're aiming here to get the most out of the stretch part of the movement here. Go. Yeah. Again. This one, it's just a dip. By this point, to be fair, my triceps are quite fried. But again, we're concentrating on the free stretch at the bottom of the movement. So when we stretch, when the tricep longest, we're concentrating on a 3-second stretch. Reason being, again, just to make sure we're getting that stretch movement. You get the squeeze in a lot of movements, but you don't always get the stretch on the tricep. So with this one as well, you want on a dip, you want to stay as upright as you can with the body, so you stay on your tricep. If you lean over and forward, you get more chest and dome. You want to stay nice and upright, down to your arm. Get to as close to 90 degrees as possible, where it feels comfortable for you. Everyone's mobility is slightly different, so you're not going to be able, everyone won't be able to get all the way up. But what feels comfortable for you about straining yourself, and then again drive up hard and get a full lockout of it. So the first set was 3-second stretch, second set continuous reps. that's the push session wrapped up. Obviously how we approach it. You've seen obviously the exercise sequence, what order they're going, a bit of reasoning why, and obviously some tips to take home and stuff like that. Like I say, we're no gurus in training. Obviously we've learned a lot over the last probably 12, 18 months. Before that we wasted a lot of time, so if I can save you people at home from wasting the time that we did, we'd be 10 times further ahead if we'd done this from day one, or started earlier at least. So for me personally now, I am 4.5 weeks out today. So this Sunday, 4 weeks out from the Two Bros Graphism Grand Prix. I am currently 88.2 kilo this morning, but overall cardio's been taken out. Now I just do a 35-minute fasted walk in the morning, so there's no direct cardio. It's like that's a lot easier cardio than what I was doing. Calories are lower, but I'm feeling the pace of it a little bit more. And we're still moving forward, we're progressing quite well. Fatigue's high at the minute, so I'm going to speak to Q about that tomorrow in my next check-in. I'm starting to feel the recovery in my legs go down a little bit, just the general well-being is not as good. But overall very good. H, you want to tell me where you were?
Yeah, 2 weeks out this weekend from a show in Wales. Not feeling too bad, to be fair. Feeling pretty good for how far out I am. Not sure on my calories, like I said, but food's at a decent level. It's not horrendously low compared to what it was on my last prep. Cardio's been dropped out as well. I was at 30 minutes a day, been dropped down, just doing steps now. Training's not too bad either. Feeling good all round, to be fair. So 2 weeks left to push in, and we'll be there for the first show.
So that's so I think something I'd like to speak about as well is people. I think people glamorise prep and they make out like it's not tough, and you'll see coaches and influencers and people like that say, don't stop moaning, it's a choice. Yes, it's a choice, but fuck me, it's hard. Like this shit's not easy. So I'm one that I would say I do tend to moan to people close around me. I do struggle with it, managing my job, managing coming training, then having a team of clients to try and do obviously the YouTube and stuff like that. It is hard. Yes, it's a choice, but I think people need to put a bit more respect on the fact of prepping. Anyone I see get on stage, I take my hat off to them because it is a grueling process. I don't think people give it enough credit where credit's due for how hard it is to get. It's getting lean and it's getting stage lean and getting truly lean, and that is tough. So I think people need to put a little bit more respect on the fact of how to get lean. I've had people message me recently that have got on stage and said, I didn't realise the graph that goes into it, and I wasn't even as lean as I wanted to be. So it is hard. But like I say, I think people put a lot of emphasis on stop moaning, it's a choice, but it's hard, so put a little bit of respect on it. That's the video pretty much wrapped up though. You've seen a physique update, you've seen how we train. The next video I'm going to do a day in the life. I keep getting asked about it, so it's going to be a day in the life. I'm going to film it myself. Peter's got the hard task, I'd film it. Peter's got the hard task and try and put it together, make something good out of it. So sit back, join the rest of the journey. Like I say, there's 2 weeks out, and we're 4 weeks out, then we're 6 weeks out, and we're going to take you through the whole journey. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and give me some feedback.